Welcome to mojocore, and today we're counting down our picks for the cameos on SNL that came out of nowhere.
That's high praise.
Number 10, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Riding high on his Oscar nomination, Jonah Hill is brought crashing back down to earth when the audience shows more interest in his Wolf of Wall Street co-star Leonardo DiCaprio. But although Leo's name is mentioned several times, it doesn't seem probable that he would suddenly walk out onto the 8H stage.
But we need a real actor like you, okay? That's...
Making his one and only appearance on the show, the Oscar-winning actor calls Hill out for acting like a big shot.
What did we say about acting like a big shot in public like this?
We said that like I shouldn't do it, like I shouldn't be a big shot, or whatever.
Right, and what should you do instead?
Just like try to like be the best version of me or whatever that I can be.
He tops off his memorable cameo by reenacting one of Titanic's most iconic moments. How has Lee never hosted before? Quick, someone get Lorne Michaels on the phone.
Number 9, Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci.
Jim Breuer's recurring The Joe Pesci Show sketch featured an impression of the famous actor as a violent maniac, similar to his characters in the films Goodfellas and Casino, who used any perceived slight from his guests as an excuse to assault them.
Take care.
Why? I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, you are.
The segment also often used special guests to play Robert De Niro, who would validate Pesci's anger and join in alongside him. So when the real Pesci and De Niro eventually showed up on the sketch in an unannounced double cameo, the comedic tension was almost too much.
I'm actually a very calm, laid-back person.
The two veteran actors played their parodied selves to a T and brought the house down in the process.
See, first thing you have to do is you take the bat, you hit him in the knee. Oh! Then you hit him in the head. You understand what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Number 8, The Dictator and Martin Scorsese.
Sacha Baron Cohen's Admiral General Aladdin stops by to plug The Dictator, mentioning the biased critiques of his film.
Look at this one from A.O. Scott from the New York Times. The Dictator is the best film I have seen in the last 10 years. There, I said it. Please, please, not my face.
He intimidates various people for positive reviews, including a kidnapped Martin Scorsese. The acclaimed director is electrocuted until he gives Aladdin the right answer, playing into the dark humor of the segment.
Speak freely.
It was good. It was great. It was better than Raging Bull.
Scorsese is especially game to show up for a movie that isn't even his own. Playing well off of Cohen's genius, the filmmaker shows that he has potential in more comedic roles. His final send-off even includes a few fun references for cinephiles to enjoy.
Okay, very well. Put him back in the cell with Coppola.
No, you told me I'd be released.
Well, you promised me that Hugo would be under 2 hours.
But it wasn't actually.
Number 7, The Five Timers Club.
When Justin Timberlake made it to the Five Timers Club of celebrities who've hosted SNL 5 times or more, the show resurrected an occasionally recurring skit that pictures the club as an actual club, of the members-only variety. This time, the show pulled out all the stops and featured cameos from no less than 8 people. Paul Simon, Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, Martin Short, Dan Aykroyd, Alec Baldwin, Candice Bergen, and Tom Hanks all made appearances. The bit about the club members entertaining themselves by forcing current SNL players to fight each other to the death is a particularly funny one.
Gouge his eyes, Terry!
These ceremonial sketches have returned whenever a new host joins the Five Timers Club, with many of the same legends returning to induct Martin Short into the club in season 50.
I can only stay for a little bit, and then I have to go and host another game show and laugh at my own jokes.
Well, at least someone's laughing.
Number 6, Matt Damon.
Brett Kavanaugh's Supreme Court hearing was so bizarre that it didn't require a huge leap from fact to satire. We all saw the SNL material practically write itself. So the only question left was who would play the beer-loving nominee.
Let me tell you this. I'm gonna start at an 11. I'm gonna take it to about a 15 real quick.
Matt Damon delivers a faultless performance, mirroring some of the hearing's more peculiar moments, from Kavanaugh's constant sniffing and weird calendars to his intense mood swings and inexplicable rage. Reportedly, Damon was only brought on board the night before the sketch was set to air. Still, the payoff speaks for itself. We're almost sorry it was only a one-off occasion.
And everyone can relate to that.
All right, now I'll just...
Number 5. Nicolas Cage.
In a recurring segment, Andy Samberg plays Nicolas Cage and welcomes other actors to chat about his profession. This time, he welcomes the real man in a fun subversion of the premise.
Well, good evening, Nick. You're looking very well tonight.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Nick. You look great, too.
Cage plays along with Samberg's impression, but he also throws out some hilarious critiques. The star takes aim at his co-star's exaggerated features and over-the-top delivery.
This Nick is calm and stealthy, like a ninja warrior.
Whereas this Nick is an exaggerated, screaming psychopath. Just doesn't exist.
They even come together to satirize Cage's filmography, discussing the outrageous elements of his projects such as Ghost Rider. The absurd idea also has both men complimenting each other before it's all over. In the end, they hint at their next adventure with an incredible reference to National Treasure.
The time has come for us to ride on to our next adventure.
What is that?
We're gonna have a three-way with the Declaration of Independence.
Number 4. Barack Obama.
Back in 2007, when Barack Obama was still just a primary candidate for the office of President of the United States, he made this typically deadpan cameo on a skit set at Bill and Hillary Clinton's Halloween party. Various political guests show up in costume and share a joke or two with the beleaguered hosts. Finally, a tall, slim guest approaches in an Obama novelty mask. After the usual commentary from the Clintons, their guest removes the mask to reveal Senator Obama himself.
I enjoy being myself. I'm not going to change who I am just because it's Halloween.
Well, that's great.
It's a great example of the dry sense of humor Americans came to expect from number 44 in the subsequent years of his presidency.
Number 3. Barbra Streisand and Madonna.
SNL's studio audience was already delighted enough by the surprise appearance of superstar pop singer Madonna on this episode of Mike Myers' recurring talk show sketch. But even the Material Girl herself was starstruck when the legendary Barbra Streisand popped in.
All this talk about food, I'm getting hungry, girl.
She entered at just the right time, too, during a moment when both characters were praising her singing voice. The rare cameo by Streisand was the result of a last-minute, off-the-cuff arrangement with SNL head honcho Lorne Michaels, so none of the cast even knew it was happening until it did.
That's all the time we have. I have to go and die now.
The surprise and admiration radiating from Madonna's face was unscripted, totally real, and impossible to forget.
Number 2. Alex Trebek.
Will Ferrell's mega-popular skits featured the future elf actor as a worn-out, frustrated version of Jeopardy game show host Alex Trebek, with 3 clueless celebrities, played by cast members and guests, taking the podium to answer simple pieces of trivia in the form of a question.
Of Simon and Garfunkel, the one that is not Garfunkel.
I Garfunkeled your mother.
Daryl Hammond's foul-mouthed Sean Connery impression is the first thing most people remember about it, but the last of the regular Celebrity Jeopardy segments also featured a surprise cameo from the real Alex Trebek himself.
And so this was the final Jeopardy.
He came off to help send off Ferrell from the segment, and let Hammond's Connery get in a few more off-color jabs at both their expense.
Well, 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 2 Trebeks. I feel like I'm in a Raisin Bran commercial, 2 scoops of fruit.
Back off, Connery. I don't have to take that from you.
Number 1. Sarah Palin.
This cold open featuring Tina Fey's popular Sarah Palin impression starts innocently, with Fey as Palin taking questions from the press and giving typically silly answers. But then it cuts to a cameo montage of people criticizing Lorne Michaels for leading with the bit, including Mark Wahlberg, Alec Baldwin, and finally, Sarah Palin herself.
But I feel I must say this. You are way hotter in person.
Fey is eventually notified that the actual Sarah Palin will be taking the stage, and bows out so that Palin herself can kick things off.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night!
It's a quick, tight bit with an unexpected twist, much like the time Hillary Clinton visited Kate McKinnon.
I just realized I never checked your ID.
ID! Come on, please!
Which celebrity do you most want to see crash SNL? Let us know in the comments. Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.